Did you know your cat spends nearly 2/3 of its life asleep? Just let that number sink in. While you're at work, binging a TV show or cooking dinner, your furry friend is likely journeying through the land of dreams. But have you ever wondered what that dreamland looks like? Why is sleep so vital to cats that they dedicate 16 or even up to 20 hours a day to it? Is it pure laziness or a biological necessity? And the main question that haunts every cat owner: what do cats actually dream about? Are they chasing mice, contemplating an endless bowl of kibble, or perhaps dreaming of you? In this video, we'll dive into the fascinating world of feline slumber. We'll break down all its phases, from the lightest doze to the deepest REM sleep, and unlock the secrets your pet keeps hidden behind those closed eyes. I promise, after watching this, you'll look at your sleeping cat in a completely different way. To truly understand the modern domestic cat, we must look back at its wild past. Thousands of years ago, the ancestors of our purring companions were expert hunters, whose very survival depended on the success of the chase. Hunting is an incredibly energy-intensive activity. It demands short, powerful bursts of exertion, stalking, chasing, leaping, and fighting. After such intense activity, the body requires serious recovery. Sleep became the perfect evolutionary mechanism for conserving precious energy between hunts. Instead of aimlessly wandering and burning calories, wildcats slept, reserving strength for the next crucial effort. And while your indoor cat doesn't need to hunt for survival, its fundamental genetic programming remains the same. The predator instincts honed over centuries dictate this simple rule: eat, sleep, and then prepare for the next hunt. Therefore, that lengthy nap isn't a sign of laziness. It is a legacy inherited from wild, highly efficient ancestors. So let's start with the million-dollar question: how much sleep is actually considered a lot for a cat? For a healthy adult cat, the typical range is somewhere between 12 and 16 hours of sleep per day. But for kittens and senior cats, that number can easily soar up to 20 hours. Meaning your beloved pet spends roughly 70% of its entire life asleep. To put that into human perspective, a 9-year-old cat has slept for a staggering 6 full years of its life. It might seem unbelievable, but in the feline world, this is completely standard. This deep need for extended rest is directly tied to their unique physiology and metabolism. As we've discussed, cats are natural-born predators. Their bodies are built for short bursts of extremely intense, high-energy activity. Following this kind of exertion, they require a comprehensive and lengthy recovery period to fully replenish their energy reserves. So don't be surprised or worried if your cat, after a 5-minute burst of zoomies across the living room, immediately crashes out for the next few hours. He's simply following his nature, recharging his batteries for his next great adventure. The primary reason behind all this sleeping is simply an effective energy conservation strategy. Picture a wild cat in its natural habitat. Meals don't just appear in a bowl twice a day, right on schedule. Finding a meal requires an enormous expenditure of energy. Tracking prey demands intense patience and concentration, and the actual hunt is a high-speed, acrobatic sprint. If cats stayed awake all the time, they would constantly be burning precious calories that might be crucial for that decisive pounce. Sleep allows them to switch into power-saving mode. While resting, their metabolism slows down, body temperature slightly drops, and the body expends the absolute minimum amount of resources. This ensures they build up enough energy for those brief, yet critically important moments of activity, the hunt. Even your domestic house cat, who doesn't have to hunt for its food, is still governed by this ancient instinct. Their biological clock is still tuned to the hunt-eat-sleep cycle, even if the hunt now consists of chasing a laser pointer. Another crucial aspect determining a cat's sleep schedule is its internal predator clock. Most people assume cats are nocturnal, but that's not entirely accurate. The more precise term is crepuscular. This means their activity peaks sharply during dawn and dusk. This is precisely when their primary prey, rodents and small birds, are most active. The unique structure of a cat's eyes allows them to see perfectly in low light conditions, giving them a massive advantage during twilight hours. Consequently, during the harsh daylight hours and the deepest parts of the night, when hunting is inefficient, cats prefer to rest and conserve energy. You've surely noticed this behaviour in your own pet. They start demanding breakfast and playtime first thing in the morning, and again in the evening, when they get their zoomies running around the house. These are simply the clear signs of their hardwired natural rhythms. During the day, however, they'll likely be peacefully dozing in a cosy spot, recharging their batteries for their evening adventures. Cat sleep can generally be broken down into two main phases that are constantly cycling: light sleep or napping, and deep sleep. Cats spend approximately 75% of their total sleep time in this state of light rest. During this period, a cat might appear to be fully asleep, but in reality, its body remains on high alert. This is an evolutionary hangover from their wild ancestors, who needed to remain vigilant even while resting, ensuring they wouldn't become prey themselves. In this light sleep phase, the cat might be sitting up or curled into a peculiar position. Their ears will often twitch, instantly reacting to the slightest sound, and their eyes may even be partially open. The cat retains full muscle control, ready to spring into action, either fight or flight, in a split second. This superficial rest allows the cat to recover without sacrificing awareness, a necessity that was critical for survival in the wild. Let's take a closer look at this light sleep phase, often referred to as slow wave sleep or non-REM sleep. This phase, in turn, is divided into several stages. First, there is the initial stage of falling asleep, where the cat finds a comfortable spot and gradually relaxes. This is followed by a period of light dozing or drowsiness. Even at this point, the animal's brain remains quite active. If you look at an EEG, an electroencephalogram, of a sleeping cat, you'll observe the slow, high-amplitude waves that actually give this phase its descriptive name. Despite the outward appearance of calm, the cat's senses are heightened. Its hearing and sense of smell remain fully operational, constantly analysing the environment for potential threats or, conversely, the presence of prey. You might notice the cat's ears subtly twitching or rotating towards sounds, even when it appears to be sound asleep. Crucially, muscle tone is maintained during this phase, which allows the cat to hold a specific, often relaxed posture. This entire light sleep phase can last anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes, after which the cat will either fully wake up or transition into the deep sleep phase. This light sleep phase is exactly where the term cat nap comes from. These are the short bursts of rest that a cat takes throughout the day. She might lie down in a sunbeam by the window for 10 or 15 minutes, snooze, and then get up and go about her business as if nothing happened. These quick reboots are incredibly efficient. They allow the animal to quickly restore its energy without sinking into deep sleep and sacrificing vigilance. For a cat, staying ready for action is paramount. The world is full of surprises. A mouse might dart by, a rival could appear, or the owner might open that crinkly bag of treats. The short nap is the perfect compromise between the need for rest and perpetual readiness. So, if your cat often dozes off in various spots throughout the day, that is completely normal. She's simply managing her energy resources effectively, just as a true predator should. But what happens when a cat feels completely secure? That's when they allow themselves to sink into the deep sleep phase. This state accounts for the remaining 25% of their total sleep time. Unlike their light cat naps, deep sleep is a period of maximum physical relaxation. The cat's muscles completely lose all tone, allowing them to rest in very vulnerable positions, like lying on their back with their paws spread out. It is much harder to wake the animal during this phase. Brain activity slows down even further. Breathing becomes steady and deep, and the heartbeat is slow and regular. This is exactly when the body initiates its most vital restorative processes. The body rests, cells regenerate, and the immune system gets stronger. Deep sleep is especially critical for kittens, as this is the phase when the growth hormone is released, which is essential for proper development. Without sufficient deep sleep, a cat will feel exhausted and run down, just the same way a person would. The importance of the deep sleep phase simply cannot be overstated. It's not just a period of rest, it's a fundamental process crucial for a cat's physical and psychological well-being. During slow-wave sleep, the entire body undergoes a complete cycle of maintenance and repair. Tissues recover from the minor wear and tear accumulated during playtime and activity, while bones and muscles are strengthened. The immune system becomes highly active, producing vital cytokines, proteins essential for fighting off infections and reducing inflammation. Essentially, this is the body's dedicated time for self-healing. Furthermore, deep sleep plays a crucial role in memory consolidation and learning. All information absorbed during the day, new smells, sounds, and skills, is processed and transferred from short-term to long-term memory. This process is especially vital for kittens, who are constantly navigating and learning about their vast and complex world. Getting enough deep sleep helps them better memorize practical skills, like where the litter box is, how to interact with a new toy, and how to communicate effectively with their owner. Okay, so we've covered slow-wave sleep. Now let's move on to the most fascinating and mysterious stage, rapid eye movement sleep, or REM sleep. The name comes from the English abbreviation REM, which stands for rapid eye movement, and the name is entirely justified. If you peek under a cat's eyelids during this phase, you'll see its eyeballs darting back and forth, as if it's watching something intently. Brain activity during this period sharply increases, becoming almost identical to the activity level when the cat is awake. However, the cat's body is completely paralyzed. A special mechanism in the brainstem blocks signal transmission to the muscles, preventing the animal from physically acting out the things it sees in its dreams. This is a crucial defense mechanism that stops the cat from suddenly jumping up to chase a dream mouse and potentially getting hurt. REM sleep truly is the realm of dreams. So, what exactly happens to a cat during REM sleep? Even with muscle paralysis or atonia, some signals from the brain still manage to break through. This is why we can observe the most vivid signs of a cat dreaming. Their paws might twitch slightly or make small running motions. Whiskers and the tail may move chaotically. The cat might also make various noises, a quiet meow, purring, soft squeaks, or sometimes even a muffled hiss or growl. These are all external manifestations of the intense activity happening inside their mind. They are reliving events, seeing images, and experiencing emotions. This phase is short, usually lasting only about 5 to 10 minutes. Afterward, the cat either briefly wakes up to reposition itself or transitions back into the non-REM deep sleep phase. During a single long rest period, a cat may go through several of these cycles, plunging into the world of vivid dreams each time. The big question is, do cats actually dream, or is it just chaotic nervous impulses? Science provides a clear, unequivocal answer. Yes, they do. And the evidence supporting this is highly compelling. In the 1960s, the French scientist Michel Jouvet conducted a famous experiment. He surgically disabled the specific area in the brainstem responsible for muscle paralysis during REM sleep. The results were astonishing. When the cats entered the rapid eye movement phase, they didn't remain motionless. They would stand up, walk, arch their backs, hiss at an invisible foe, and even imitate hunting a non-existent mouse. Crucially, the animals remained asleep, their eyes still closed. This experiment vividly demonstrated that cats weren't just having dreams, they were literally acting them out. Their brains were generating full, complex scenarios based on their instincts and real-life experiences. What do our furry companions actually dream about? We can't ask them directly, of course, but based on observations and understanding their behaviour, we can make some pretty educated guesses. It's highly likely that their dream plots revolve around their daily routines and fundamental instincts. A cat might be dreaming of a thrilling chase, hunting the bird they spotted outside the window, or intensely stalking their favourite toy mouse. They might also relive pleasant, comforting moments, like getting a gentle scratch behind the ears from their owner, or the pure joy of a tasty treat. Perhaps they're exploring a new corner of the apartment or interacting with other animals they met during the day. The brain processes the day's events while we sleep, and the same is true for pets. This means that any vivid experience, whether positive or negative, can easily form the basis of a dream. So, if your cat spent the afternoon vigorously batting at a feather wand, chances are high they'll continue that epic hunt tonight, right in the middle of their sleep cycle. But what about nightmares? If cats experience good dreams, it stands to reason they might have bad ones too. And that is absolutely the case. Cat nightmares can be triggered by stress, fear, or negative past experiences. For instance, a cat that was once harassed by a dog might dream about being chased. A pet that recently went through a stressful vet visit might relive that anxiety from unpleasant procedures in their sleep. This can manifest in various ways. The cat might whimper, meow, growl, twitch intensely, or even wake up in a panic with wide, startled eyes. If you notice your pet is frequently experiencing nightmares, it's a good time to consider their emotional well-being. There might be an underlying source of stress in their life that needs to be addressed and eliminated. Creating a calm and secure environment at home is the best way to ensure your cat enjoys not just physical comfort, but also peace of mind, leading straight to sweet dreams. So let's put all the pieces together now and examine what the complete cat sleep cycle looks like. Unlike humans whose sleep cycle lasts about 90 minutes, a cat's cycle is significantly shorter. It all begins with a drift into light slumber, which is also known as slow wave sleep. This initial phase typically lasts anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes. During this time, the cat is relaxing, but still remains highly alert. Then, if the environment is quiet and safe, the cat transitions into a phase of deep sleep. This is quickly followed by a short, 5 to 10 minute phase of REM sleep, where the dreaming occurs. Following the REM phase, the cat either briefly wakes up, perhaps to stretch, change position, or confirm everything is safe, or it immediately begins a new cycle, drifting back into light slumber. Over the course of one long sleep session, which can last several hours, the cat will pass through many of these short, repeated cycles. This system allows the cat to effectively restore its energy without losing touch with its surroundings for too long. The amount of sleep we need changes dramatically as we age, but when it comes to sleep, tiny kittens are the undisputed champions. In their first few weeks, they can clock up to 22 hours of sleep a day, only waking up briefly for mealtimes. And this prolonged rest is absolutely vital for their development. First, as we've discussed, deep sleep is when the body releases growth hormone. Second, the kitten's brain is developing at an astonishing speed during this period. Sleep helps process the massive influx of new information it receives every minute it's awake. Smells, sounds, and tactile sensations. This is crucial for forming neural connections and building the foundation for future behaviour patterns. Interestingly, in newborn kittens, the REM sleep phase dominates the non-REM or slow-wave sleep. Experts believe this intense REM activity helps them develop and strengthen their muscles even before they start moving actively around. So if your new kitten seems to be constantly snoozing, don't worry. They aren't being lazy. They are simply doing the critical work of building their body and mind. At the opposite end of the age spectrum, we find our senior cats. Just like young kittens, seniors also sleep considerably more than their adult counterparts. This is directly linked to the natural aging process. Their metabolism slows down, joints might ache due to arthritis, and overall activity levels naturally decrease. Sleep becomes a vital way for them to conserve energy and recover from age-related discomforts. However, the quality of sleep often changes in older cats. They may sleep more lightly and wake up much more frequently, and both deep sleep and REM cycles may become shorter. Sometimes senior cats can develop sleep disturbances similar to human insomnia, or conversely, increase daytime sleepiness because they haven't rested well overnight. Any sudden shift in a senior pet's sleep pattern warrants closer observation. It's crucial to make sure they are comfortable and warm, and that their sleep isn't being interrupted by pain or other underlying health issues. External factors, like the weather, significantly influence how long a cat sleeps. You've probably noticed that on a rainy, gloomy, or cold day, your cat sleeps much longer and deeper than usual. This phenomenon is entirely understandable. First off, during this kind of weather, general activity in nature drops dramatically. Birds hide, and rodents stay safely tucked away in their burrows. An ancient instinct tells the cat that hunting will be unsuccessful, so it's better to conserve energy and wait out the bad weather in a warm, cosy spot. Secondly, cats are notorious heat seekers. Finding a warm place to sleep is one of their fundamental needs. On a cold day, they instinctively look for shelter, curl up into a tight ball to minimize heat loss, and drift off. By contrast, on a bright sunny day, your cat is likely to be much more active, watching birds out the window or basking in a sunbeam on the windowsill. So, if your pet seems to go into hibernation every time it rains, don't be surprised. They are simply living in perfect harmony with nature. While long naps are perfectly normal for a cat, certain changes in their sleep schedule should definitely raise a red flag for the owner. It's crucial to look less at the total number of hours they sleep, and more at any sudden shifts in their normal routine. If your usually active cat suddenly starts sleeping nearly 24/7, becoming sluggish or apathetic, this could be a sign of underlying illness. Many health issues, ranging from infections to internal organ problems, cause general weakness and increased drowsiness. Conversely, if your normally calm companion suddenly becomes restless, sleeps very little, constantly roams the house, and meows excessively, that's also a serious warning sign. This behaviour may indicate pain, severe stress, neurological issues, or conditions like hyperthyroidism in older animals. Any sudden or unexplained deviation in your cat's sleep pattern is a solid reason to consult your veterinarian immediately and rule out any serious underlying health concerns. To ensure your cat's sleep is healthy and restorative, you can help by creating the perfect resting environment. First and foremost, your cat needs several safe and cosy spots designated for sleep. This could be a soft bed, a specialised cat house, a simple box, or maybe even just your favourite armchair. Crucially, these spots should be located in a quiet area of the house, away from drafts and excessive noise. Cats truly value privacy and seclusion when they rest. They also tend to prefer sleeping on elevated surfaces. This gives them a sense of security and a good vantage point, a nod back to their wild ancestors who rested safely in tree branches. Ensure your pet stays warm, especially during colder months. A cosy fleece blanket or a heated bed will be greatly appreciated. And finally, don't overlook the importance of routine. A stable schedule for feeding and playtime helps your cat set its internal clock, promoting better quality sleep. A well-fed and well-played cat always sleeps soundly. And finally, perhaps the most crucial rule, never wake a sleeping cat unless absolutely necessary. As we already know, sleep is a complex and vital process. Interrupting it, especially during deep sleep or REM cycles, does more than just deprive your cat of rest. A sudden awakening is intensely stressful for the animal. The cat might become frightened or even aggressive because their instinctive reaction to being abruptly woken is to defend themselves from perceived danger. Imagine being yanked out of a deep sleep. It's extremely jarring. Regularly interrupted sleep can lead to chronic stress, behavioural problems, and even a weakened immune system. If you absolutely must move your cat, do so as carefully and gently as possible. Always respect their need for uninterrupted rest. Remember, high-quality, continuous sleep is the foundation for your beloved pet's health, longevity, and overall happiness. All right, let's wrap things up. We discovered today that a cat's sleep isn't just downtime. It's a complex, vital process deeply rooted in their history as predators. Cats need all that sleep primarily to conserve energy for hunting. This rest breaks down into two main phases: the light cat nap, where they remain keenly alert, and deep sleep, which is essential for physical restoration and growth. And perhaps the most exciting takeaway, we now have scientific confirmation that cats genuinely dream. During the REM phase, their brains process the day's events. We can actually witness this when their tiny paws or whiskers start twitching. Understanding these distinct processes allows us to better care for our beloved companions, providing them with comfortable environments and helping us quickly spot any signs of distress. So the next time you look at your sleeping cat, you'll know exactly what intense activity is happening beneath that picture of peaceful tranquility. Thank you so much for watching all the way through. If you found this video interesting and helpful, please take a second to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Now I have a question for you. What do you think your cat is dreaming about right now? Tell us about their funniest sleeping positions or the strange little noises your pet makes in the comments below. We absolutely love reading your stories. Until next time.